what we call a B part, second part, make it fit the dance.
So you won't have heard that part before. Anyway.
So you heard it here first. Yes, it's called The Moon and Seven Stars.
To me, it fits in with the Christmas season.
Yeah.
D-U-L-C-I-M-E-R. And dulcimer is a term that applies to some old-fashioned types of harps. So this is basically a harp with strings parallel to the soundboard instead of perpendicular. And it's a design that goes back, could be 5,000 years to the ancient Middle East. But people have been playing these continuously right through till today. They were pretty popular in North America 1700 when they came over from Europe until the early 1900s, at which point American music changed so much this just didn't fit anymore. But there are lots of places in the world where people still play versions of this, particularly Central and Eastern Europe, from Hungary all the way out through Siberia. They play versions of this, and they call it some version of cymbal. In Hungary, it's the djembe, which is considered the national instrument. In Ukraine, Serbia, Russia, it's called cymbali. Hardly any difference. And the first one I ever saw was in the movie Zorba the Greek. At the very end of the movie, I think when the credits are rolling, he goes up on a cliff top. He takes out a zanturi, and that's what they call it. Zanturi. Anyway, the Indian and Iranian version is called santur, and Chinese version is called yangqing. And anything else? Actually,
which implies, people have translated it slightly differently. It came to China late because it says it like maybe 300 years ago. So it implies it's a foreign instrument. That's what that means. It's foreign.
Like came from here.
Yeah.
But it's actually played, played a lot by Chinese.
But you left out the most important part. It's the predecessor to the piano.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So when this got to Europe in the 1200s, a couple hundred years later, in the Renaissance, like in the 1500s, somebody came up with the idea of putting keys on it. So then you got the harpsichord with the plucking action. And then later in the 1500s, they figured out how to do the hammer action connected to keys. So basically, it's kind of like playing the inside of a piano, is what it amounts to. But even though the keyboard instruments were developed, those were always expensive and fancy, and the poorer folks would play these. But also, it's its own thing. A lot more portable.
Portable, yeah.
But also, it's just a different kind of thing. So let's.
Probably the reason why, the obvious reason why it lost popularity when other instruments came into existence in the 20th century is because of the fact that it's a lot that you have to keep it in tune.
A lot of strings to tune.
Unlike with the piano, which will stay in tune because it's the pegs are drilled into metal rather than this is drilled into wood. So it's very interesting because we play outside a lot.
Well,
So
yeah, it has to be in stable, like,
yeah,
in shade.
it can get kind of interesting sounding.
You know what? Let's do Simple Gifts.
Oh, okay. This is
One of our favorite tunes is the old Shaker hymn called "Simple Gifts," which Aaron Copland used it in which of his symphonies? Appalachian Spring? I think so. Anyway, so you might recognize the tune.